Cape Town fans getting into the Sevens World Cup spirit. Go Cape Town! As a host city, the mother city is second to none. And for one of the voices of world rugby, Dallen Stanford, a former USA Sevens player and current commentator, it's a homecoming.
Anytime, the Sevens series was in Cape Town, it was a huge honor and privilege to be here. It's also an honor to be one of the very few South African voices on the series. But to come home, an iconic moment like this, the San Francisco one was, I lived in California at the time, so it's kind of great. I've had two Sevens World Cups in my two homes, but to be back here is very, very special.
The World Cup will be bittersweet for many on the Sevens circuit. The departure of Neil Powell has been felt by all connected to this close-knit Sevens community.
Well, I first remember playing against Neil long ago on the Sevens series, and again, looking at him, he had a little bit of grey hair. I was like, we can really get around him. No, we couldn't. He pinched the ball from me and scored a brilliant try. So since then, he garnered the respect from a lot of people around the world. When he went to his coaching role, the great thing about him, he's so calm. And the thing about Sevens, you can get very emotional, you can get very excitable. As a player, you do silly things because it just rushes to your head. But having his influence there, I think it's been amazing for the Blitzbokke. They've had an unbelievable run over the years. I know Los Angeles wasn't how they wanted to finish the series, especially for Neil, but the Com Games is a good example of how good the team can be with him at the helm, and I really hope for his sake, going out on a high here in South Africa would be an unbelievable finish.
A lot of pressure rests on the shoulders of the host nation, but an interesting dynamic in Sevens occurs when teams that play each other often, they need to think outside the box in big tournaments.
The thing about this weekend, though, which is interesting, I was there in 2009 when Wales won it. Every single quarterfinal didn't go according to plan as what people thought. So that's the great thing. Elimination too, that's another factor. Look, I think, with some calm heads like South Africa back in the squad, it'll be interesting to see how they go. Very tough to call because honestly, any of the top six sides could win it. And if I say top six, you had Wales who were 80-1 favourites to win it, and they did. So, but I do hope for the fans' sake, because it's here in 2019, New Zealand beat South Africa in the final, and I've never heard 50,000 South Africans be so quiet at the end. You rather want them cheering and going out on a high.
The first 2 days may well prove to be tedious with a slow build-up, but when the tournament does get going, the action should be unrelenting. Simon Burke, SABC News, Cape Town.